Hey, what's up, family? So listen, here's the thing, right? First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, it says, it reminds us that there is no temptation taken us such as is common to man. But it goes on and it says, but with the temptation, first and foremost, that God is faithful and will, with the temptation, make a way that we may be able to bear and escape. And a lot of times we get that cliche statement that God will not put more on us than we can bear. But that's where it comes from. And I remember a time in my own life when I had to come to grips with some realities of my own life, right? And so I wrote this in my book, the the Lion's Den. As a matter of fact, it's right here. If you have not gotten your hands on this book, make sure you get a copy of it right here. Listen, in the book, I talk about something that I call the R.A.C method, R.A.C, the R.A.C method. And I want you to put this in the comments below. I want you to just say rack them up. Just put just comment below, rack them up. But here's the thing, right? Whenever you are going through this transitional time in your life, I want you to apply the R.A.C method. And here's what it stands for. Number one, R is recognize. You have to recognize that you're actually going through a battle. You have to recognize that you actually are going through a transitional time in your life. If you don't recognize that it exists, what you're going to do is you're just going to allow the circumstances or the situation to pile up. What you're going through is not uncommon. It is very common to every single person on the planet. You just have to recognize that you're the one that has the opportunity to go through it right now. Letter two, or number two, you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that you have some work to do. In order to get through what it is that you're going through, you have to acknowledge that you have some work to do. Everybody can't do the work for you, right? For me personally, I got to this point where all I wanted to do was I just kind of wanted to sweep things under the rug and not deal with them, but I had to acknowledge that there was some work for me to do. And then letter C, and this is the probably the most challenging part of it, of the R.A.C method, and that is you have to consistently commit to correct the errors. Consistently commit to correcting the errors. It's not until you apply the R.A.C method where you will begin to see that, listen, maybe I'm given this opportunity to go through what I'm going through because God has entrusted me with greater. And in order for you to be able to seize what He has for you, you have to be able to apply the R.A.C method. So, again, recognize, acknowledge, and then I want you to consistently commit to correct the errors of your past. All right, so hopefully that was value added. Just go ahead and chime in the comments below. Go ahead and just type in R.A.C method. If this resonated, type in R.A.C method. I'll see you on the next video.